The basketball world was buzzing last week when Breanna Stewart, arguably the biggest name in women's basketball, made a huge announcement. She shouted out Caitlin Clark, the young Iowa Hawkeyes star, as the future of the sport. This wasn't just a casual compliment. Stewart sees something special in Clark, a potential that could change the game forever. Stewart, a seasoned champion with multiple titles and MVP awards, rarely heaps praise so publicly. Her words carry weight, echoing throughout the basketball community and beyond. When she speaks, people listen. And when she endorses a young player like Clark, the impact is undeniable. This wasn't about competition or rivalry. It was about recognition and respect. Stewart, at the top of her game, chose to lift up another player, showcasing the true spirit of sportsmanship and camaraderie. Her message was clear. Caitlin Clark is the real deal, and the world needs to pay attention. Caitlin Clark is a walking highlight reel. Her court vision is unreal, her passing is next level, and her shooting range? Unlimited. She can drain threes from the logo, weave through defenders like they're standing still, and dish out assists that make your jaw drop. She's not just playing the game, she's redefining it. What sets Clark apart isn't just her raw talent, it's her confidence and swagger on the court. She plays with a joy and fearlessness that's contagious. She's not afraid to take risks, to try the impossible, and that's what makes her so exciting to watch. Clark is a game changer, a once-in-a-generation talent who's already drawing comparisons to legends like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. But she's not trying to be the next anyone. She's carving her own path, creating her own legacy. And with Stewart's endorsement, she's poised to become a global icon. Stewart's recognition of Clark is a watershed moment for women's basketball. It's a signal to the world that this sport is overflowing with talent and deserves just as much attention and respect as the men's game. It's about time we celebrate these incredible athletes for their skill, athleticism, and sheer determination. When a superstar like Stewart uses her platform to elevate another player, it creates a ripple effect throughout the entire sport. It inspires young girls to dream big, to believe that they too can achieve greatness on the court. It shows sponsors and broadcasters that women's basketball is a valuable investment, with a passionate fan base and a bright future. Stewart's words weren't just about Clark. They were about the collective power of women supporting women. It was a reminder that by lifting each other up, by celebrating each other's successes, we can create a more inclusive and equitable playing field for all. Breanna Stewart's endorsement of Caitlin Clark is more than just praise. It's a passing of the torch. Stewart, a leader and icon in her own right, recognizes the immense potential in Clark, not just as a player, but as a leader who can inspire a new generation of athletes. This is about legacy, about ensuring that the future of women's basketball is in good hands. Stewart is a champion, a role model who has paved the way for players like Clark to thrive. By embracing Clark's talent and potential, Stewart is ensuring that the sport she loves continues to grow and evolve. This is also about mentorship, about experienced players using their platform to guide and support rising stars. Stewart's words of encouragement will undoubtedly fuel Clark's determination, pushing her to reach even greater heights. And who knows, maybe one day, Clark will do the same for another young player, continuing the cycle of leadership and empowerment. Section 5. Building a Dynasty, the Power of Mentorship. Imagine the impact of these two powerhouses joining forces, even for a short time. The knowledge and experience Stewart could impart on Clark would be invaluable. We could witness the creation of a basketball dynasty, a force to be reckoned with on the court. The potential for mentorship extends beyond individual players. Imagine the impact on the entire league if these two superstars were to collaborate, to share their insights and experiences with younger players. They could create a culture of excellence, a breeding ground for future champions. This kind of mentorship is crucial for the growth of any sport, but especially for women's basketball, which has historically been underrepresented and undervalued. By fostering a supportive and collaborative environment, Stewart and Clark can help to create a more equitable and empowering space for all female athletes. Section 6. Inspiring the next generation, a shared vision for the future. Stewart and Clark understand that their influence extends far beyond the basketball court. They are role models for young girls everywhere. proving that with hard work, dedication, and unwavering belief in oneself, anything is possible. Their shared vision for the future of women's basketball is clear: to inspire a new generation of athletes, to break down barriers, and to create a more inclusive and equitable sporting landscape. They are not just playing for themselves, they are playing for something much bigger. This is about more than just winning games. It's about empowering young women, about showing them that they can achieve anything they set their minds to. It's about creating a world where girls can dream big, where their talent is recognized and celebrated, and where they have the opportunity to reach their full potential on and off the court. Section 7. The future is now, a golden age for women's basketball. With players like Stewart and Clark leading the charge, the future of women's basketball has never looked brighter. We are witnessing a golden age, a time of unprecedented talent, excitement, and growth. The world is finally starting to pay attention, and it's about time. The WNBA is experiencing record-breaking viewership, sponsors are lining up to invest, and young girls are flocking to basketball courts in droves. This is a movement, a cultural shift that's impossible to ignore. This is just the beginning. With continued support and investment, women's basketball will continue to flourish, inspiring generations to come. The future is now, and it's time to celebrate these incredible athletes and the transformative power of their game. Section 8. Beyond the court, social impact and empowerment. The impact of Stewart and Clark's leadership extends far beyond the basketball court. They are using their platforms to advocate for social justice, gender equality, and LGBTQ+ rights. They understand that their voices matter and that they have a responsibility to use them for good. These athletes are not just role models for their athletic prowess. They are role models for their courage, their compassion, and their commitment to making the world a better place. They are inspiring a new generation of activists and changemakers, proving that athletes can be forces for good. This is about more than just basketball. It's about using one's platform to create positive change in the world. It's about standing up for what's right, even when it's difficult, and inspiring others to do the same. Stewart and Clark are shining examples of what it means to be true leaders, both on and off the court. Section 9. A global phenomenon, expanding the reach of women's basketball. Women's basketball is no longer a niche sport. It's a global phenomenon. From the WNBA to international competitions, women's basketball is gaining popularity around the world, attracting fans from all walks of life. This global reach is due in part to the incredible talent and athleticism of players like Stewart and Clark, who are inspiring a new generation of fans worldwide. Their skill and passion transcend borders, uniting people through the love of the game. As the sport continues to grow internationally, so too will its impact. Women's basketball has the power to break down cultural barriers, to promote understanding and respect, and to empower women and girls around the world. Section 10. A time for celebration, a time for growth. Breanna Stewart's recognition of Caitlin Clark is a moment to celebrate, a testament to the incredible talent and potential within women's basketball. It's a sign that the future of the sport is in good hands, with players like Clark ready to carry the torch. But it's also a time for continued growth, for pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo. We must continue to support women's basketball at all levels, from youth leagues to the professional ranks. We must demand equal pay, equal coverage, and equal respect. This is a call to action for fans, sponsors, and media outlets alike. Let's work together to ensure that women's basketball receives the recognition and support it deserves. The future is bright, and it's time to shine a light on these incredible athletes who are changing the game and inspiring the world.